my family valued education and book smarts extremely highly. And so I was fed a very rigid definition of what being smart, and more accurately, what being a smart woman meant. Being organized, calm, always confident, and ahead of schedule. And so, all the way through my high school years, that is who I was. But not really. I actually worked really hard to make myself into that type of woman, which often meant spending tons of time making sure that no one had any reason to doubt that that's who I was. Putting my academics not only on the front burner, but pretty much taking up the whole stovetop, and being deadly serious in the classroom. And that identity worked out for a while, but when I came to college, away from all the people who I spent years trying to convince that I was this archetype of the smart woman, I found out that this continuous act of overworking, false confidence, and exhaustion was not only not who I wanted to be, but also truly not who I am. So after much reflection and many internal battles, I decided to take a deep breath and let this version of myself go. I was more honest with myself about what I actually wanted to prioritize. I chilled out in my classes, and I changed my mindset. And guess what? I was a lot happier. I did well in my classes, and yes, I was still smart. But when I showed up to day one of my internship and got my first assignments, I found myself slipping right back into my old ways. I was in a very familiar paralysis between a fear of asking questions, a fear of failure, and almost no experience in my field. I ended up living the smart woman's worst nightmare. I was absolutely terrified, and worst of all, I was not getting work done. But the real problem wasn't my productivity. I was pretending to be something I wasn't. Someone who will happily grind from 9 to 5 in front of the computer. Someone who is independent, yet hyper-confident, cool and collected, and fully capable. A smart woman. But I am not her. And I certainly wasn't her at the beginning of my internship. I actually hate virtual work. I don't have a long attention span, and I was deeply, deeply uncomfortable. It was only once I hit what I felt was rock bottom, sitting in front of my computer, spending an hour, fully panicked about writing a short paragraph, when I thought to myself, what is happening to you? This is not who I am. I can write a paragraph. I am a smart woman, and I'm a capable person, but I'm also someone who needs to take an hour off in the middle of a virtual day to go on a run. Someone who can only write in the morning, needs to switch locations halfway through the day, and also needs to ask tons of questions before they start a project. And miraculously, once I started working in a way that catered to who I am, a type B, sometimes disorganized, often overwhelmed, but always passionate and creative woman, I found that I was a much more effective worker, constantly ahead of the game, and more confident and prepared than I had ever been when I was acting like someone I wasn't. For many people, and women in particular, we think that we need to act or work a certain way in order for people to see us as smart or take us seriously. But let me be an example, even if it's just an anecdotal one. You can feel like a mess and still be smart. You can sometimes be disorganized or quizzical and be a good employee. But you need to own who you are and be honest with yourself about what you need in order to truly be the best you can. The best intern, the best student, the best cohort member, and the best person. Thank you.